This is Rap the News, and this is a very strange wedding dream that I had early this morning. So, in the dream, it started out with a group of people, and all these people were black. Group of people, a large group of people, and surrounded me, and so it's me and this woman that's supposed to be my wife. A large black woman, and she's supposed to be my wife in a dream. I don't know this woman from dirt, but me and her is getting a divorce. And I remember thinking in the dream that I never liked her. I was with her, we tolerated each other, but I didn't like her. And I was kind of glad that we were, getting divorced. And I believe that stands for the world. She stood for the world. I never liked her, But, yeah, so some strange pastor or something is divorcing us with these people. So we're getting a legal divorce because they wanted to marry me to a more virtuous woman. And so now, behind the scenes, there is a virtuous woman being prepped for me for marriage. So they were grooming her, and they had groomed her ever since she was a child or something like that to an adult. And they prepped her for marriage, and, she was at the final stage for marriage, and they wanted to wed her to me. And so they got all of these people and behind the scenes with this woman, prepping this woman for marriage. I don't know her from dirt either, And so, come time for the wedding and stuff like that, the pastor or preacher or whoever this is came to me and said, your wedding date is April 30th. Now, old school knows that sometimes weddings are funerals, you know what I mean? But it said, your wedding date is April 30th. And I'm like, when I woke up, I was like, wow, that's close. That's very close. Because the wedding could be the time that God rapture, well, we use the word rapture, but bring his people out. You know what I mean? Anyway. Or it could be a death time, like the time that, you take your last damn breath here on this earth. Either way, we all lay down in the dream and go to sleep. So they had these beds, and this is weird. Okay, the place is dim anyway. A lot of my dreams are dim, and sometimes the light of the dream is myself. But yeah. And so they had these cots out, like these fold-out beds, like the little beds you buy, and they're cheap and they fold out, and they for like guests and stuff like that. Well, they had a whole lot of fold-out beds in this place, and it was like male and female and everything. We was all laying next to each other in these fold-out beds. And then again, all black people. And so, the preacher, pastor, angel, I don't know who he is, he comes to me and he says, okay, now it's time for your wedding. You're getting married right now. And I was discerning the time in the dream. And I was saying it has to be like 3 or 4 o'clock a.m., And I was thinking, this is early. He was telling me to awake the people because basically it's time for my wedding. And so me and other people were waking up all the people, and they wiping the crust out of their eyes, and it's like it's time for the wedding, And so me and this strange woman is standing before whoever this is, And I didn't discern them. Well, I don't know, kind of like a preacher, an angel, or I don't know, pastor, I don't know. We're standing in front of him, and he's saying some strange vows for us to get married. Oh, yeah. And he handed me 2 sets of keys. 2 sets of keys. And it was like on a key ring. And there was many keys on this key ring. 2 sets. One was gold and one was silver. Right? And so he said, do you take her to be your wife or something like that? And it's something I didn't have a choice. I had to take her to be my wife. And I said, yeah, I take her to be my wife. Y'all wed now. Give her the ring. So I reached in my pocket and I grabbed the silver rings and I gave her to her, and I had the gold ring, and the ring had keys on it. And then something said, okay, again, April 30th around 2 to 4 a.m. That is the wedding date. And then I wake up. That's creepy as shit. So you guys tell me what y'all think in the comments. This is Rap the News.